Hey there, welcome to day 15 of our Get Up and Go Challenge, February 2021, 30 plus day challenge. Of course, that means we're going to go a little bit into March since February only has 28 days this year. But today we are going to talk about, and I already dropped it, the P in our SOAP framework. P stands for progress. Are we moving in the direction we want to go with respect to our efforts, the action we took yesterday? Now, yesterday, I'm going to show you that I actually do what I say I'm going to do. I took 3 of the options from I'm working on the relationship with my brand new granddaughter and her family, her parents, and how I can interact with and be a part of that without being an obnoxious too grandmotherly part of that, because I tend to be a little bossy and pushy, and I don't need to be that way, especially in my relationship with these 2 amazing and 3 amazing human beings. They can do it all on their own. I just want to be there to help. So I brainstormed my list and came up with 10 options under O in SOAP. Then I looked at, okay, how am I going to analyze these possible things that I could do? Because there's obviously a whole lot of possible things I could or could not do. How do I decide which one's right for me? Well, I want to make it a little more objective instead of so subjective. So I'm going to look at and use nominal group technique on my head, my heart, and my intuition. And then I'm going to give each of them a score on the level of 1 to 10, each of the options. So I'm going to look at the option and say, okay, well, this is option A, which I can't read what it was. I think it says leave, get out of town, go on a trip. And, you know, just go somewhere else and let everybody have their own space. And I wrote it head, heart, and intuition, how I felt about that. And then I totaled it up for a score of 11. Then the next one, I need my magnifying glass, or a magnifying glass, was, stay in my part of the house and again, kind of just stay out of the way as much as possible. And then I gave that only got all 5s across the board, because I'm like, man, that's pretty neutral, pretty lame, but okay. It's not very personal responsibility or action taking. And then the third one was ask before I give any input. Ask if they need help. Ask if I can help in any way. You know, if I hear the baby crying, leave my part of the house and get involved, but don't interfere. Just ask if they need help, and then help in any ways that I can that they need help. You know, dishes, laundry, whatever I can do to help out and keep things cleared up and out of the way. And that one felt the best to me, so I give it a 7 for my head, a 6 for my heart, and a 7 for my intuition, because my heart wants to do everything I can possibly do for them. And that got a 20. So then I ranked them 1, 2, 3 and decided, okay, what am I going to do to make this happen? What is an action I can take right now to help make that a reality, to get me from point A to point B? Point A is the relationship, brand new, nothing there really yet. How do I improve and make it the best possible relationship I can have with my brand new grandbaby? So I took some steps to do that yesterday, and they worked, right? They were giving the baby a bath. I heard the baby crying. I went upstairs. I horned it a little, and then I backed off and I said, nope, I'm going away, because I was overstepping. It was the baby's first bath. I didn't need to be involved in it. It was something that they needed to all 3 figure out together. So I think that means I made progress toward what I want. I was able to control my grandmotherliness and walk away and step away. I asked if they needed help. No. Then I stepped away and did my thing, which I like to do my own thing anyway, and let them do their thing and let them have that experience all on their own. So our tool today, what is our tool for this? Progress. How do we know if we're making progress or not? Well, it's pretty easy. We either are moving toward the thing that we want, or we're staying stuck in the same place, or we're not moving, or we're moving backwards. There's a lot of things we try and do that we move backwards. Like when I interject my thoughts and feelings and my experiences, sometimes they don't want to hear it, right? Sometimes people don't want to hear about your experiences of something. They just want to have their own experience without any preformed information. And so if I were up there bossing around, horning in, and then doing stuff with the baby and not letting them, that would be me moving backwards in the relationship I want to have with them. So I'm not making progress. So what do we do when we do something and it works, and we want to keep doing that so that we continue to make progress, and we want to do that automatically? What I like to do is I like to create a process or a system or a routine or a habit, whatever you want to call it. It's all pretty much the same thing. It's, I think of a way that I can repeatedly do the thing that's giving me the result that I want. So my process isn't totally aligned yet or totally figured out yet, but I think the process is check in, maybe on some frequency, but otherwise stay out of the way, right? Do my own thing. And I like doing my own thing, so I am absolutely cool with that. But I also like being helpful. So how do I make that a routine and a process? Well, maybe every day, 2 or 3 times a day, I automatically will check in. And then I'll let them know, hey, whatever you need, whatever you want, all you have to do is, yell my name, boss me around, call me. My daughter will text me. She'll text me if she knows my phone is by me, because it beeps and it interrupts what I'm doing. And so then it doesn't interrupt, but it gets my attention. Whereas sometimes I might be involved or doing something and I might not hear her say anything or say my name or something, because I am in another part of the house than they are. So our action item today, our tool today is look at the process. And we've looked at processes, right? Early on in the challenge, we looked at what is your current process for change, your step-by-step. What do you do? Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. When you are faced with a change or a challenge, we created and documented our process for that. Same thing here. You get to create the processes and the systems and the things that work for you. So it doesn't have to be super complicated. Sometimes the simplest things give us the greatest effect, the greatest result. And those are the things that we want to make automatic and do over and over and over again. And I'll give more examples of how we do that specifically as we move through the challenge, because we're going to do more than just one area that we do the SILT framework on. We're going to actually do an example of all 7 areas, and I'll give an exact example in each of the 7 areas so that you know and can see how to apply some of the tools and how you can get them to work for you. So your action item today is just share one thing, do this, and you're just going to review the action that you took yesterday. I'm assuming that you took an action yesterday, and you're just going to note, did it work? Did it move me toward what I want or not? A lot of times we'll try something and we just do it once, and guess what? We don't know if it worked or not. So then just say, I don't know if it worked or not. And then maybe one thing that you can see yourself doing moving forward to move you to the, in the direction to make progress in your relationships. Maybe it's, depending on the relationship, maybe it's spend more time with somebody. Maybe it's make more calls to friends and family. Maybe it's send a note. Maybe it's whatever it is, whatever action it is for you. Do you know the power of sending a thank you note a month, or a thank you note a week, or a thank you note a day to people that have impacted you in your life? Incredible ripple effect and power to something as simple as sending a thank you note. Maybe it's a thank you email. Maybe it's a thank you text. Hey, I really appreciated it when you did this, or when you said this, or when you sent me that message the other day. I was having a bad day, you sent me a message. You meant a lot to me. Thank you. It can be as easy as that, right? Or a voicemail, a voice message, all kinds of things. So those can all be processes. Hey, you just get in the habit of being grateful and thanking people for things. So that is our challenge for today. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I say go out and make some progress. Make some progress toward what it is that you want. Have an amazing day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.